Here I am in a standing position demonstrating the forefoot strike. So right there I'm landing with my forefoot and then letting my heel come down. I feel this is the most important aspect of good running form, is where you strike the ground. Definitely not heel striking, so you're striking with your forefoot right there and then letting your heel drop. So forefoot or the ball of your foot and then let the heel drop. So again, I feel this is the most important aspect of all running, which is why I think it's really not that difficult. It just takes some patience. When making a transition to a forefoot strike, especially if you've been a heel striker or even a flat-footed striker, this is a great drill and exercise to help drive home what it feels like to strike the ground with your forefoot. Notice how I'm just jumping from my ankles. I call these ankle jumps, and how I naturally just land with my forefoot first and then let the heel drop. You can also start to see that even though we're not moving forward here, that running with a forefoot strike is almost like a jumping movement. Notice how all my leg muscles fire. Again, I'm landing with my forefoot, firing all my legs. It's going to help stabilize my knees, my hips, which is crucial for maintaining strength, remaining injury free, and just being an overall powerful runner. In all my years as a coach, I've conducted over 1,000 hours of personal training events on runners, and one of the most common issues I see runners have is glute stability, and mainly glute medius stability. And it's that muscle right there that acts as a stabilizer, allowing you to provide power to move forward. And it's probably one of the most important muscles you have right there. And as you drive that knee up, you've got to squeeze that glute. So I'm mimicking the running gait here to demonstrate. We'll demonstrate more in the part of the video to come, but I just wanted to really drive home how important it is. So you're driving that knee up, something that goes up, something must go down, and that's that stance leg. It drives into the ground, fires your glute, acts as a stabilizer so you can power forward, and most importantly, stabilizing your leg so you don't have aches and pains, you don't overstress your hip flexors, you don't overstress your IT band. We've all heard that before. That's not common. It shouldn't be. It is common, but it shouldn't be. Okay? So work that glute stabilizer right there. Try this drill at home. Very hard. Practice, perform to perfect. Here's another great drill and exercise. Simply running in place. It kind of ties everything together that we're going to go forward with in this video. So notice there's my forefoot strike. And then I let my heel drop. And notice how I drive my knee up. Once you start running, that knee kind of drives forward. But again, notice how just simply running in place, almost like jumping rope, where you just naturally can't do it wrong. Can't heel strike. Just the only thing that changes when you move forward is your body angle. It's a great exercise. Alright, here I am in action. Let's put the forefoot strike into action. So here I am running down the bike path. Like I said earlier, I think forefoot striking is the most important aspect of running with good form. Everything starts here. Everything starts with the feet and works its way up from a strength standpoint and from a running standpoint. So right there I'm approaching my forefoot, landing on my forefoot. My big toe is acting as a stabilizer, which stabilizes my arch and which carries stabilization all the way up through the knee, through the hip. Very, very important. Everything starts at the feet. It'll help your tight IT band. It'll help your tight hip flexors. And it'll help really, really fire the glutes in a stabilizing manner and creating more power. So really, really important. Stay patient. That's the hardest part about this. It's not hard, just stay patient with it. Okay, in this clip we're going to focus on the stance leg stabilization, and like I mentioned in the last clip, stabilization's super, super important. So there's my forefoot strike, and notice how I absorb the strike with my ankle, my knee, and my hip. That's creating stabilization starting at my big toe all the way up to my hip. Okay? Firing all the muscles in my leg appropriately, they all working together as one, creating appropriate stabilization to allow me to propel myself forward. So I'm working as one unit in a relaxed manner. Notice how upright I am. I'm not leaned over and I'm not overstriding. Okay, in this clip we're going to continue to take the gait just a little bit further with that stance leg. And notice how right there I'm striking with my forefoot, but then I come up on my toes. But notice how my ankle stays neutral. Okay. As I come along again, I'm up on my toes, and notice the stance leg now is extending straight. Okay, very important. That provides power through the glutes. You're going to provide power into the ground, activating your glute to propel yourself forward. So forefoot strike into the toes and a straight leg. Activate that glute. And then I'm on to the other side again, reaching for my forefoot strike and continuing on with my gait. Now we're going to focus on what I call the knee drive. And the knee drive is what happens to the stance leg as soon as it leaves the ground. So instead of having the mindset of taking that foot and pushing back or doing a kick, I like to think about driving the knee forward. So I like to tell my athletes, as soon as that stance leg strikes the ground, you should have the mindset that you're going to drive it forward right there as quickly as you can. And that's where the cadence comes in. But it's driven forward. Have the mindset of driving that knee forward, right there. And not back behind you. Everything happens in front of you. Think about the drill of running in place. Similar to what we're showing right here, except we're moving forward now. So you're driving that knee forward, just like running in place. Practice that drill. Doing forefoot strike. And then boom, the knee goes forward right there. And left leg right there. Wanted to finish up with a little bit of hill work. Hills are great for strength training, but also practicing good technique and run form. It's really hard to run uphill improperly or with bad form. And out here in Jackson Hole, we have a ton of hills, so come on out. We'd love to see you on the trails. See ya.